On this first episode of the Wrestling Explained podcast, we look at the match concept known as WarGames. From its origins to how the match works, here is the story of Dusty Rhodes' child. No, not Cody. It all started with Mel Gibson in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Now, if you're like me, you have no idea what that is. But in 1985, it was a popular action film that caught the imagination of a 42-year-old Dusty Rhodes. Now, Dusty Rhodes was not only a wrestler in the 1980s, he was also a booker, which meant that he made matches. Not for WWE, but for a promotion known as NWA, not the hip-hop group. And so, Dusty, inspired by Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, promoted a match called WarGames, The Match Beyond. And it was first held on July 4th, 1987 at the Great American Bash Tour inside the legendary Omni Coliseum in Atlanta, Georgia. So the American Dream on America's birthday at the Great American Bash put on the first WarGames. From July 4th, 1987 until September 4th, 2000, there were 31 WarGames matches. Wrestling legends like Sting, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, you know you want to say it, Woo! Terry Funk and a young Stone Cold Steve Austin, before he was Stone Cold, competed in the match. But none of those matches were presented by Vince McMahon's WWE. See, after Ted Turner acquired the rights to NWA, most of those matches were presented by World Championship Wrestling, also known as WCW. The date was October 4th, 2017. Then head of WWE NXT, the Game Triple H, made a game-changing announcement. The next NXT TakeOver event, scheduled for Houston, Texas, would not just be NXT TakeOver Houston, but NXT TakeOver WarGames. Now, this was a bold move. Triple H brought a WCW match into Vince McMahon's WWE. I don't know how Vince felt about that, but there's a pretty good chance he didn't love it. But the match was a success. The fans loved it, and so did the wrestlers. And so the next 8 WarGame matches all took place under WWE's NXT umbrella, with men and women competing inside the 2-ring structure. Then, in 2022, as the winds of the industry were shifting and Triple H assumed control of WWE Creative, he brought WarGames to the main roster. And he paired it with the iconic Survivor Series premium live event where it has remained ever since. Here's how the match works. WarGames is a special steel cage match. There are 2 teams wrestling in 2 rings side by side, but they don't all start at the same time. 1 competitor from each team starts the match. Then, every few minutes, 1 new wrestler per team, who are all in these cages at the top of the entrance ramp, are released to join the match. But technically, the match doesn't officially begin, like the bell doesn't ring, until all the wrestlers from both teams have joined the match. Once that happens, it's officially WarGames. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. There is no escaping the cage to win, and there are no eliminations. So WarGames is not like the Elimination Chamber, nor is it like a regular steel cage match. It is pure chaos or war in the ring between 8 to 10 wrestlers until someone is able to score a pinfall or pull off a submission. This year, the brainchild of Dusty Rhodes heads to San Diego, California. And stepping inside the structure will be his biological son, the American Nightmare and WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. Joining Cody will be Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, CM Punk, and at the time this podcast is being recorded, 1 more wrestler who has not yet officially been announced, but I have a strong feeling will be the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. To face Team Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and 1 more wrestler who has not yet been announced, but I have a strong feeling will be one of the original Paul Heyman guys in WWE. So let me say his name like he would say it. The Beast, Brock Lesnar. The Wrestling Explained podcast is a new audio production. I'm your host, Stephen Harrison. If you like this content and want more of it, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment with other topics you want explained. Share this with a friend who needs to know the history of war games. And in the meantime, follow along with me as I cover the latest professional wrestling news on Athlon Sports.